Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dennis, and this is Average Gaming, and welcome to another Pokemon tier list. This time, Generation 4. Oh, sorry. I also have my dogs with me, so I will be distracted throughout the video. Alright. I think we should probably start with the starters, obviously. Turtwig is an incredibly cute Pokemon. I actually really love the idea of a land turtle. So I actually really like him. I'm gonna put him up in A. Grottle is a bit more awkward looking, and I really don't know what they were doing with his shell because it kind of looks like a super extended hard hat. Not so great. I'll put him down in C tier. Torterra is an absolute beast, and if you've seen the freaking Detective Pikachu movie with the gigantic mutated, like, mountain-sized Torterra, that is one of the coolest scenes in cinematic history. I'm putting him in S tier. I love Torterra. Torterra's design is so good. Chimchar is an absolutely adorable Pokemon. I think he is probably one of the cutest Pokemon to ever exist. So I love him. Again, most middle stage evolutions, you're going to see this. I mean, you guys have seen this video after video after video so far. 3 generations we've done, and every single time, the goddamn middle stage is so awkward looking. I love Sun Wukong. I love the idea of him. Obviously, like, Goku is a huge thing. I've loved Dragon Ball. You know, I've seen tons of martial arts movies focused around Sun Wukong. So, you know, Infernape, absolutely fantastic. Piplup, again, super duper cute, super duper not cute. Pretty badass looking, but I think they could have done a better job with him. Because I love the water steel type. I think that's great. But I really felt like they could have done just a little bit better. Starly, adorable. Staravia, awkward. Staraptor, badass. Bidoof is god. I'm just kidding. He's not actually that cool. I do actually really love Bidoof. I think he's adorable and cute. And one of my favorite things is playing Pixelmon and catching him in a luxury ball and getting Surdoof. Surdoof is super cool. Bibarel is actually pretty good. I actually really like Bibarel. It looks pretty much like a regular beaver, but I think it's nice. Diddlewhoop and his evolution are absolutely fantastic Pokemon. I love the mustache. I think it's adorable. And you're pretty damn cute too. Shinx is absolutely freaking adorable. Luxio, a little awkward looking. And then Luxray is probably like top of A tier at this point. Badoo is one of those Pokemon that I question its existence on why they felt the need to make a baby form of Roselia. However, it's actually not that bad, and it is kind of cute, and I've used it several times all the way up through to Roserade, and I've really enjoyed using it. So I'm going to put it in like mid B. Roserade is actually pretty damn awesome. I love it. I'm going to put it up there as well. Cranidos and Rampardos are some pretty good fossil Pokemon. However, they have some glaring weaknesses that make them really difficult to use in playthroughs. However, I do like their designs, so I'm going to put them in B tier. Shieldon and oh god, hold on. Bastiodon. Aha, I knew it. I knew what it was. Shieldon and Bastiodon are also really kind of cute. Well, Shieldon is. Bastiodon looks a little bit weirder. Oh my god, this thing includes Burmy without its cloak. What the fuck? Burmy without its cloak is cursed. Go away. Burmy with its cloaks, however, is still pretty bad. As much as I kind of like their designs, I am super duper annoyed that every single time I battle them, they just fucking protect spam the entire time, and that drives me absolutely nuts, so I hate them. Motham's pretty nice, though. Combee is pretty cool. I like Combee and Vespiquen. I dislike the idea that you have to evolve a male, and that a female, and that the female ones are so rare. They're a freaking 12.5% chance to be female, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to put them in C tier as a bit of hatred towards the fact that they're so difficult to evolve. Pachirisu, pretty damn awesome. I actually really like Pachirisu. Weasel and Floatzel, both fantastic Pokemon. Cherubi and Cherim, both forms. I actually really kind of like the Sun form. I think the Sun form is really cute. But both of these are just kind of mid. Shellos, both forms are adorable, but I really do prefer the East Sea form. So I'm gonna go East Sea are both up here, and I'm gonna put these in C tier. Ambipom. I don't feel like Ambipom was a needed evolution. Apom, while weak, was kind of one of those one-off Pokemon that could have just stayed as it was. You know, a nice middle of the road single stage to get you through like early game. You know, I think would have been fine. Ambipom, I think, is just a little weird with its two gigantic hands. So I'm gonna put it in D tier. Drifloon is awesome and super adorable. Drifblim is just as awesome, and honestly some of my favorite ghost types. I've used them many times in Sinnoh playthroughs, regular playthroughs. I used them in Legends Arceus for a while, so they're really fantastic. Baneri is super cute. Lopunny, I mean, it's a waifu, so it gets a little annoying because you see it everywhere, especially if you're on the internet all the time like me. It's constantly memes and jokes and Rule 34s of Lopunny. So it gets a little annoying, but I do like its design. I think it's super cool. I just wish it was a little better. And as much as I like Mega Lopunny being better and getting, you know, scrappy plus the fighting type, I think it's great. I don't like a lot of the Megas. I think a lot of the Megas really just were too much. So I'm going to put it in D tier. Mismagius, I think, was a vast improvement over Misdreavus. Or Misdreavus, however you want to say it. So I like it. I think it's a pretty good improvement. I'm actually going to put it in... Hey, you can't move my arm when I'm trying to record a video, okay, little pup? She comes over and I got my arm at the level of her head pretty much. She comes over and just nudges it and it moves my mouse. So if you ever see my mouse just way across the screen, that's because she freaking moved it. Honchkrow, I think, was a much needed and well appreciated evolution to Murkrow, and I actually really like his design as well. Glameow and Perugly are two of the worst cat Pokemon in existence. I think they're horrible. Chingling does not need to exist. Chingling is a Pokemon baby form of a Pokemon whose base stat total was less than was around 400 points. It's completely unneeded, absolutely pointless, and worthless. Hated it, and it's ugly. Buttface the Stunky is a pretty cool Pokemon, and I actually really like its evolution as well. Mainly due to their typing. Poison Dark was a phenomenal typing in my opinion, and I think it did a really good job for a while. Its only weakness, I think, being ground. Bronzong and Bronzor are two fantastically designed Pokemon with great Pokedex entries. I love the idea that if you polish it, you get a wish, or it shows your true form or something like that, but it hates to be polished. So it always just looks like that, which I think is great. Bonsly, Mime Jr. did not need to exist. Happiny did not need to exist. These were baby form Pokemon of Pokemon nobody liked, that nobody used because they were too weak or pathetic or some sort of other useless reasoning. It's awful. No, we don't need them. Chatot is mid. I don't really care for Chatot. I don't hate it, so I'm gonna put it mid. Spiritomb, excellent, love it. Its shiny is absolutely gorgeous. And then of course we have freaking Gibble. Gibble is gorgeous. Then we have another, you know, middle evolution, and then Garchomp, who everybody loves. His design's freaking phenomenal. He's gorgeous, he's powerful, he's badass. And then we got his Mega, which, like all Megas, is over the top. It's too much. Why did his hands turn into scythes? It makes no sense at an evolution standpoint. I'm sorry. Munchlax, while a baby form and not especially needed for Snorlax I think was a fairly good one-off Pokemon by himself. Munchlax is absolutely adorable, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Riolu, again, adorable. Lucario, so badass. Mega Lucario is probably one of the Megas that I actually like the best. It's probably my favorite Mega. because I think it's one of those evolutions that looks good without being too over the top. So I'm going to put it in A tier. Hippowdon, or sorry, Hippopotas and Hippowdon are two absolutely adorable Pokemon. I love them. He's like low B, and I think the female form looks better. The black and red looks so much better. Skorupi and Drapion are pretty good. Skorupi's pretty adorable, and Drapion's pretty badass looking. Krogunk and Toxicroak they're good, but they're not super great. So we'll put them in C. Carnivine, I couldn't really care less about. I don't hate it, but it's one of those Pokemon I don't ever really think about. Finneon and Luminion, again, same thing. We did not need a baby form of Mantine. Mantine was already weak enough, and he was easily one-shot, so he wasn't really a threat. He wasn't powerful enough. He probably should have got an evolution of some kind that would change his typing or give him some sort of resistance ability. Not another weak baby. Not Snorunt. Snover, Abomasnow, and Mega Abomasnow. And Mega Abomasnow, again, just one of those Pokemon that's just too over the top. You know, I think it looks a little ridiculous. Snover is pretty damn adorable, and Abomasnow is badass as hell looking, and I love him. Weavile, badass as hell. Magnezone, badass as hell. I love playing with a Magnezone on my team. I have used Magnezone so many times in so many playthroughs. I think I used it in... Oh, let's see. If I try and recount all the times I've used it, I used it in White 2 for a while up until I had to end that playthrough. I used it on... I think I used it on my second playthrough of Sword. I used it in my second playthrough of Oras. And I've used it a number of times in fan games and ROM hacks as well. Licky Licky is bad design from a bad Pokemon. So, definitely bottom of D tier. Rhyperior, fairly badass looking, but I don't know about him otherwise. Tangrowth is pretty good. Electivire looks freaking phenomenal. I'm going to put him like mid B. Magmortar I think was a little over the top, so I'm going to put him mid C. Togekiss, much needed and much appreciated. Yanmega actually looks super badass looking. Leafeon and Glaceon are two of my favorite evolutions. I think they have the best look besides Umbreon. Like for me, it's Umbreon, Glaceon, Leafeon, and then maybe Espeon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon. So I love these two, and I think they're phenomenal. They're going in A tier. I think they were great designs, and I just wish they were a bit better battling. Gliscor is a fantastic Pokemon. Looks phenomenal. Love him. Mamoswine is so good. Mamoswine is like, you know what? Mamoswine actually belongs in S tier. It is peak Pokemon design right there. Like, this is the generation that I'm just like, absolutely phenomenal designs. Porygon Z is a little over the top, but still pretty good. Gallade is one of my favorite psychic fighting types ever. He's one of my favorite psychic types of all time, to be honest. Mega Gallade is one of those other megas that looks pretty damn good without being too over the top. Nosepass did not need to get an evolution. Dusknoir looks pretty damn good, like mid-B. Frostlass looks phenomenal as well. Rotom is so gorgeous. I love base Rotom. I'm not a huge fan of just the appearance of the accessories. I think they could have done a slightly better job with the designs, but I think they're still pretty good, so I'm going to put them all in C tier. The Lake Spirits were good. I'll put the Lake Spirits in B. Oh, hey, there you go. Dialga and Palkia. Dialga looks so good. It's one of my favorite designs. Palkia looks pretty damn good as well, but I don't think it's quite as good as Dialga, so I'm going to put it in like upper B. Volcanion, low B because I think he looks good, but he's just kind of one of those ones that I've never got to experience, so I don't have fond memories of him, despite his design being good. Regigigas is so good looking, and I actually really love Regigigas' design, despite it being just a normal type. And I have such fond memories of this. One of my favorite things that I'll ever remember is I randomized Pokemon Sword for my friend Rabambi teacher, and I randomized it. So I randomized all the Pokemon, and then I randomized the abilities, and then I asked some of the community members to pick teams. I took 8 community members, myself included, and we picked teams and a specialty and made the teams, and then I made those the gym leaders. I thought that was a fantastic idea, and my friend Hermes Game Corner wanted Regigigas on his team. I said they could have one legend, and he picked Regigigas. And so I'm going through and I'm setting up Regigigas for him, and I checked it out, and it had Guerrilla Tactics as its ability. And I was like, I just had a discussion, I think like the week before with Rabambi about Guerrilla Tactics and Choice Band. And so when I saw that, I was just like, ooh, I should give him a Choice Band. And then, so this is the great part, is at the beginning of it, I gave him a note, you know, welcome to the final leg of the gauntlet, because he had gone through generations 1 to 8 at that point. I was like, welcome to the last leg, and blah, 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 blah. And then, word of warning, Rabambi, somewheres in this hack is a Regigigas with Guerrilla Tactics and a Choice Band. His fucking reaction to that is by far one of my favorite clips. I'm gonna ask him if I can get the clip, and I'll play it.
Rabambi, I have a little word of warning. Somewhere in this hack is a Reggie Big Ass with Guerrilla Tactics and a Choice Band. What the fuck, Average? What the actual fuck?
Because I think it's hilarious. But then after that, when he finally made it to Hermes' gym, I think his gym was like 4 or 5. By that point, he had caught his own Regigigas with Guerrilla Tactics, which was annoying because I would hoped he wouldn't find it. But I tricked him so bad because the Regigigas didn't have any attacking moves. I purposely didn't give it any attacking moves. It had, I think it had the Rain Dance, Sunny Day, Protect, and something else. All non-damaging moves. I think it might have had Growl or something. And so the first turn it uses Rain Dance, just locks into Rain Dance and he destroys it. And it was like the most anticlimactic thing, and he was just absolutely just flabbergasted, and it was amazing. So I have hugely fond memories of Regigigas, as you can tell by this minutes long story about one time Regigigas showed up in a game. Giratina is so badass looking. Its origin form is super creepy, and I love it. I don't really care for any of these guys. I think all the designs are kind of mid. So I'm going to put them all in C. Actually, this one's pretty good looking. But Arceus' design is pretty good as well. So I think phenomenal job with that. Well, there we have it, guys. There is my Generation 4 tier list. I'm going to talk to Rabambi about getting that clip so you guys can see it, because I laugh every single time I see it. When he goes on break for his streams, he just plays random clips and that one pops up, and I laugh every single time. So yeah, there's the Generation 4 tier list, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Game on.